Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. This is a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read in front of you. For those of you who aren't familiar with me, it is a 7-deck read. We use the SIRIAN STARSEED deck as the main deck for the read, and the 6 others are the mini Rider-Waite. We have the Tarot of Sexual Magic, we have the Numerology deck. I have the Universal Golden Tarot as well as the Gilded Tarot. And am I missing anything else? I think that's everything. And so we're going to get right into it. I just want to clear a little bit first. Okay, and so this is a general reading for the Divine Masculine Twin Flames, so it will affect the Divine Masculine within the Divine Feminine Twin Flames as well. And it is a general reading, so if something doesn't resonate with you or doesn't fit, then don't force it to. There will be many messages that fit everybody, and there'll be many messages that may be more specific to certain people or groups. And we had another beautiful day here. It was really pretty out. Let's see here. I woke up at 10:19 this morning. I went to bed really late. Today is 3/27/2020. The 27 is the Ace of Wands, and 27 is a 9, so that has to do with endings, compassion, the collective consciousness, universal selflessness, and the Ace of Wands has to do with that new passion and creativity, new projects perhaps. And the day adds up to 34/8, which is the 8 of Wands, that fast-paced communication, travel back and forth, zip-lining, also expressing your feelings, energetic exchange, the third energy between the masculine and feminine, and yeah, just a lot of open back and forth energy. Especially now, it's coming up a lot since we can't actually physically get together. It's coming up more because it's more of an energetic exchange as opposed to an in-person exchange. So let's see, we cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck at 11:17, which is the Justice card, and then 17 is the Star. And Justice is truth and balance, so it's just about truth, balance, and shining your light, healing others and healing yourself. And as I was doing the SIRIAN Starseed deck, when I cut the deck, that was unexpected. So that was important coming up here. And actually, surprise did come up in the read as well towards the end of the read. At 11:41 to 42, I completed the read. 41 is the Ace of Cups, 42 is the 2 of Cups. And the Divine Masculine, the major arcana here were the Tower, which was in the underlying energy, Reflection, which is the Hermit, Shadow, which is the Devil. And then before the read, we had Transition, which is Death, Solar Deity, which is the Sun, and Lovers as well. And after the read, Luna and the Reason came up, which is the Emperor. It was weird today with the court cards. We had 3 wands, not the court cards, but the elements or the different suits. We had 3 wands and 5 cups. There were no swords and no pentacles, just wands and cups. 5 cups for the masculine. That's unprecedented. They never have that many cups. Okay, or you never do. So we had the King of Cups within the read, and then after the read, the Knight of Pentacles came up, but that was it for the court cards. The King of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, great 2 court cards to have. And the numbers in the code line were all about rebirth, manifestation, and perseverance. The numbers, we had 11, but even more so 88 and 1010. So 2 8s, 2 10s, and 2 1s. Justice, the 88 is the masculine and feminine, both balanced within their masculine and feminine, doing the dance within, and then doing the dance side by side. The 1010 is that very high vibration, toggling up, keeping your energy high. And then the other numbers that came up were 13, which is the Death or Transition card, 37, the King of Cups, 78, the 10 of Pentacles, 810, which is a 0, so source energy behind the 81, which is the end of karma, according to the Divine Triangle Numerology book. And 18 came up, the Moon, 36, the 10 of Wands, which was the card in the center of the read today, reversed. Was it reversed? Yeah, reversed. And then 67, the Knight of Pentacles, and 35 was big, and that is the Wounded Warrior. And also the Mary Magdalene energy comes up there. So, all about rebirth, manifestation, and perseverance. The code line was a couple little things came up here. Sophia in the divine feminine, the collective feminine's high vibration, the destiny at the new moon that we just passed, toggling up a lot, right? Doing a lot of meditating. And then the King of Cups coming up here, or the Master of Chalices, actually. It was important to distinguish Master of Chalices as opposed to King of Cups, which is the same card basically. But the Master of Chalices, on the eve of the rebirth. Some other stuff was coming up here, though, with the code line. Definitely the feminine within the masculine. And the masculine seeing himself as the devil today. So Satan was coming up in the code line as one interpretation as well, because the masculine seeing himself as his shadow or as the devil today. So the masculine may be calling himself that. But also the Master of Chalices, so both the shadow and the light. Even was coming up in a balanced way, the shadow and the light, which is perfect, and I'm losing my voice, except they need to speak up more, right? And then Ven came up, V-E-N, which means a lot of different things, but some of those different definitions are friend, wine, the number 20, which is judgment, beautiful, wind, vein, outwards, lake, shore, mild, bank, thing, and cell. And also in the code line, stents came up. So some people might be getting cardiac caths or stents placed in other parts of their body. But again, it's about the shadow and the light of the masculine, the devil and the King of Cups, which is unconditional love, and being even between your dark and light and staying balanced. And also the Sophia tent, the King of Cups, was coming up, which is kind of funny because that's the feminine tenting the King of Cups, or the masculine, when he's in his unconditional love and his light. So when he's in his light side, he is aroused by the divine feminine. And so some of the things that came up online, besides the Venn definitions, a lot of cup stuff came up. 10 of Cups or chalices. The Titan blood comes up a lot when the cups come up with the 7 chalices. The card, the 7 of chalices, as well as the chalice came up at the Louvre Museum in Paris, which was a cup from Chios Island. It's one of the Greek islands in the early 6 BC, so very old, and definitely at the time of Jesus, or around there. So this cup, and it's funny because I watched a movie last night that had a lot to do with, I actually watched 2 things had to do with archaeological digs and excavating. So that was a theme here too. This cup, orientalizing the wild goat style. Okay, a Greek island off the coast of Asia Minor. And another header that came up was archives and records from the Archdiocese of New York. Also, the Chalice of Agony from YouTube. I assume that's a song, but I don't know for sure. And then an article came up from researchgate.net, models of spiritual development. And just the header there said, St. John of the Cross, 2003, described the soul's 10-step journey, climbing a ladder of love, like Jacob's ladder, progressing from body concerns to union with God. Another header came up was Albrecht Dürer's The Last Supper, meaning and analysis from study.com. And also the 8 of Cups, the Knight of Cups came up, and the definitions of the stent, right? So the stent really only has that one definition regarding a medical stent that you place in your body. But it means to stint, to keep within limits, to restrain, to cause to stop or cease a slender tube inserted into the blood vessel or ureter or esophagus to provide support and prevent disease-induced closure. So then the definitions were out, outward, wine, friend, mere, shallow, lake or pond, 20, beautiful, wind, that one, and the form of to come was he comes, which was funny, a vein, bent grass, mild, shore, bank, side, when, thing, and to sell. And a lot of what was coming out here from those definitions of VEN had to do with places of safety that you can run to. So stent master of chalices, or in other words, hearts, and then the VEN, which is also vein. So someone's definitely getting something stented in it. May even be a vein as opposed to an artery. Could be a heart stent in the vein. And then providing support and prevent disease and closures as the master of chalices, or in other words, the place of safety. Helps to keep hearts open with support and prevent disease closures, which is going on right now. It's so funny how Spirit does this. Brings to the shore, rescues. The bank is a safe place too, right? And to even out rebirth, manifestation, and perseverance. To allow things to stay balanced so there can be rebirth, manifestation, and to not give up, perseverance. Helps keep hearts open and even of the divine feminine, or the evening, in even rebirth, manifestation, and perseverance. In other words, the divine masculine helps the divine feminine to not give up. So this is a really beautiful message about the masculine. All right, so we start this read off with the Tower reversed. So the sudden events happened yesterday, because the Tower was definitely upright yesterday. And we start here at 1229, which is the Hangman and the Three of Wands, the 29. And below the Tower reversed, we have 4 cards under there. The lowest one is the Six of Cups upright, the children in the garden. In this SIRIAN Starseed deck, they're hugging 2 children. It's a really pretty card. And then we have Transition, which is the portal, which is open. Yesterday it was closed, and the masculine was waiting for it to open, and now it's open. Solar Deity came up, the Sun upright. And then the Lovers was reversed. So definitely a lack of affection or a breakup has occurred here with the Tower full force yesterday, going in today with the after effect, okay? So after a sudden breakup or lack of affection, after the twins or kids transition, go through a death and end, a transformation, or the portal, are exposed, or expose that, is energized. The Ten of Cups, happy ending, or emotional fulfillment, but there's suffering in silence and grieving, loss, regret. No options or struggling, having chosen a path but unable to implement at this time. Post-war, being impatient, no patience, PTSD. The Queen of Cups, third party, through work in the past. The Queen of Cups with happy family and emotional fulfillment, with issues at work, getting along, or losing business. Or third-party sadness, unable to sleep, can't get out of their head, looking back or going back to the past, grieving loss and regret, unable to let go of the past or stuck at the why me in the road, unable to make a decision or implement one. Okay? So this was big with the Queen of Cups, and she comes up big at the end of the read too, so she's very important here. And that has to do with emotional fulfillment, happy family, and happy ending. Okay, and in this underlying energy, she's next to the Temperance reverse. So she could have Sagittarius in her chart, or she could be dealing with an impatient person or a Sagittarius next to her. But she's upright. She's just dealing with issues at work. And that can be the Divine Feminine as well. Okay, so in the aftermath of sudden events and epiphany, connection of a loving connection or a partner, to the King of Pentacles reversed, night and day, day and night, post-war, dealing with chaos, walking away within. The King of Pentacles reversed is ungrounded or losing money and or status, or is greedy. And of course the King of Pentacles reversed would normally come up as an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or it could just be somebody who comes off as very grounded or about money normally, but this is not grounded if he's reversed, okay? So at minimal, he's just ungrounded, maybe having a bad day or an off day, but the worst scenario is that he's just a really greedy person and could care less about anyone else, right? But most likely it's just losing money and status, like everybody else is dealing with right now. But after working in tandem, night and day, day and night, post-war, dealing with PTSD issues and looting, right? After the war, that's what happens. Walking away from this situation. After the invasion at Normandy, right, which is a really long, never-ending war, all said and done, the sun has come out, and the masculine may be taking a walk or a hike, or perhaps try to take the kids to the beach, keeping distance from others, but there was no one to play volleyball there, or the trip was canceled, or so they took a hike in the mountains after fighting to find the best trip and prices and then had to cancel. Standing up for self, looking out the window or balcony to see what's going on out there, keeping things to themselves, holding on loosely, being moderate, grounding, and saving, and the King of Swords reversed may be in negative self-talk, or hadn't been honest with himself, or strict with a child, now spreading the word or telling child to get back inside, perhaps being overprotective about the kids playing outside and other people being around, perhaps in the city or with a skyline view apartment or home, where the father or child is stuck away from home, unable to travel or get flights, and paranoid father can't control what their children are doing in the countryside perhaps, or a child feels free away from a strict discipline of their father or father figure or teacher or tutor that they normally have. The King of Swords may be angry, severe, or lying, and the Page of Swords with the gold coin, unity consciousness on their mind, or ways to make money, or play baseball, softball, or any way to whack a ball, or spread the word about what they've learned. And this is the child energy, was really positive. A child stepping up to the plate to help the King of Swords reversed, perhaps. Or the King of Swords reversed needs to chill out. Perhaps the neighbor wants to have a catch with his child, and he's getting, uptight about that because he doesn't want his child connecting with other people. Religious factors comes up here, but it can be any differences between people, whether it's religion, culture, race, right, age, any major differences. Religious factors comes up, but beneath that was, for the masculine, keep an open mind that your partner may differ than your usual. In the aftermath of breaking up and walking away, worried about not having control over their children or what you or they say or talk about at 12:55, and that's the Hangman and the Truth, the Ace of Swords. This is about the masculine energy relinquishing control of other people. It also could be a cutthroat lawyer that they're dealing with as well, or some kind of advisor, any kind of police, military, legal help, anything like that, but he is reversed. So he's not an honest, upright person. If it is your lawyer, he's willing to lie to get you off. So some people may want that kind of lawyer. So Death's at 12:56, which is the Hangman and the Two of Swords, being in your knowing, but keeping it to yourself, hanging out. The Wheel of Fortune's upright here, so destiny's here for the masculine. Destiny, perhaps his destiny is to have women around. Pretty ones, smart ones, or just one pretty one and one smart one. Perhaps people they work with, or their children, or their family around. The other side of the coin is depression and loss of hope, and the need to heal, shine their light, and dream. Perhaps Libra upright and Aquarius reversed, dropping all their burdens and responsibilities between them, and or confessing to each other, no more backbreaking work or slave driver. The Six of Wands is putting it out there after the fact, caught with their pants down, with women always sticking their butts in your face. Perhaps your line of work has you touching women all the time, or in a position of power, getting them to trust you, be their savior. The King of Wands reversed, the ultimate catch, until arrogance and getting caught catches up to them. Or destined to depression or chronic illness, unable to perform heavy physical work, no longer Atlas, carrying the weight of the world upon their shoulders, or the Adonis, right, that everyone looks to, right, that catch, the weight of the world upon their shoulders, dropping burdens, confessing with good news, success, and leading the way, but now fired? Or just tired, sick, or sick and tired, or retiring and saying goodbye to affection with multiple parties, perhaps peers or work groups or friends who no longer serve you, or just getting older and it's time to slow down. Unable to keep up physically like you used to, or caught with your hands on or in the cookie jar. All about butts and boobs, perhaps a plastic surgeon or designated butt or boob man, or testing out the merchandise. In being professional, you have turned off a natural part. It's saying in being professional in your career, have you actually turned off a natural part of you in order to be professional at work? If you're a gynecologist, do you lose interest in sex? Overexposure, numbing the senses, or too busy to care about loving self and or family, holding up the expected standard of living, or playboy status, or popularity, attention, fame, money, which are all ego-driven. Red boots stepping right over the bunny and the dove, not giving them a second thought as long as she gets the attention. Kids, or the sweet ones, saying to each other, "What the heck was that?" Red boots, after all, are for walking right over you. Health comes up very significantly here as number 71, which is the Three of Pentacles, which has to do with the workplace or a place of co-creation. So either working in the health fields or making sure you're taking care of your health. If you're at work, because if health is coming up, then you're overworking, or you're not taking care of yourself at work or eating right, whatever it is, there's a focus on health here. Beneath that was synchronicities, which is number 87. So the masculine may be seeing a lot of synchronicities here. And so there's new love, self-love, spiritual love coming up major in the foundation here for the masculine. The Three of Cups, joy in coming together with groups, parties, and celebrations. The Two of Wands reversed, without options, unable to implement a path, after a fight or lost a battle or game, trapped in anxiety and or prison, losing a battle of wills. Knowing and keeping to themselves or with their blinders on, and this is at 123, which is the Magician and the King of Wands, or 123 jump. Twins, kids being loving to each other. And it's funny, 123 jump came up, and it made me think of my brother, because my mom used to call him Jimmy Jump. So 123 jump and Jimmy Jump may be coming up for some. And fond memories of childhood, kids, siblings, soulmates, and loves coming together to co-create. Twins in their knowing, co-creating big love. Blue eyes and cat's eyes and tiger's eyes. And eye transplants coming up again today. That came up yesterday. And can we actually use cat's eyes for human eye transplants? Or not needing your eyes when using your third and fourth eyes in the etheric realm and the back of your head to keep an eye on the kids. Knowing the light emanates from behind your actual eyes, so a new eye will not affect your abilities, your transmissions. Another's organ won't change your soul light or your imprint. Just a bit more DNA added for you to clear. Flowers for Algernon we have today. Yesterday there were no flowers for Algernon. Today we have them. Perhaps a pet who has passed. Thinking about them at work today by closing your eyes and seeing what just comes up. All about the all-seeing eye today, with laser focus on the Holy Grail and love. The chalice, the emotions, the heart. Cooking up something special, perhaps firework. So fireworks, I wasn't even writing fireworks, but fireworks is coming up from that. But, firework, dealing with fire, things like metalwork, glass-blowing art. A lathe was coming up, as well as the printing press. Burning some old stuff in a ceremonial letting go of the past. Letting go of some of the kid stuff, or looking at pictures from the past. You don't need your eyes to feel the love, right? Because it takes you right back, your feelings. Little boy with a frog and little girl with her bunny. She multiplies and he jumps and ribbits, or hiccups. Adam's apple stuck in his throat. Intimidated by the Divine Feminine's ability to create life. Showing honor and respect to the feminine. With lots of elephants and their trunks up in the air. It could be a 6-trunk salute here. I don't know if there were 6 trunks there. I'm trying to think what card it was. It might be 6, maybe 5. But up in the air, providing snout support. Somebody might have a runny nose. Up in the air, providing snout support, perhaps a stent, saving water in their trunks to grow flowers for Algernon. Changing tears for those innocents who have suffered and passed away, perhaps our pets or our children, into lifeblood for the flowers that bloom in the spring. Honor those feelings by planting a flower or multiple flowers in their name. Perhaps hallowed chalices or hollowed chalices will protect the seeds from the animals. So I was literally seeing to use hollow chalices to put your seeds in, like put the cup, like bury it in the dirt a little bit over the seeds, and the seeds will come up within the hole in the chalice as long as it's whole all the way through, because the sun has to get through to the seeds, right? So that was an interesting idea. But instead of cages around your vegetables and your flowers, be creative. Use hollowed pretty cups instead in gold. Or just time to put flowers out and plant new seeds in rainbow colors. Perhaps making your home everything you need all in one. Being able to get around your house without seeing, without using your eyes, to practice your abilities or strengthening them. So they're giving you that idea to like go around your house with your eyes closed, because of course people who lose their sight enhance their other senses. This is one way you can help bring your other senses out. An eye for an eye. Are you willing to give up an eye to the one you love? The cat is looking in the wind. Is the cat looking in the window today at 143, which is the Magician and the Three of Cups coming together? Close your eyes and see what they feel like if they come and look at you in the window. See if you can figure out what they want to tell you. 144 is the Magician and the 44 of the Four of Cups, the grounding and integrating and mastering of love, especially receiving it. Use your third eye to see what the kids are doing in the yard or what's up at work, staying connected. There is great joy in kids and work right now and loving self. Co-creating in the aftermath while stuck, taking a walk or a hike, playing ball, or spreading the word. Be careful not to break any windows now or barriers. Respect others' boundaries. Focus on health and co-creation. Help those who are down, vulnerable, sick, tired, or old in order for them to feel good again. Children and adults can tell stories to lift their spirits of others, like the King of Wands reversed, who may be tired. If you have broken someone's window, well, maybe there's a reason for that, because you were supposed to meet and talk or help that person who's been keeping to themselves. Perhaps make a fire, warm your heart, and focus on heart health. The recent past is the Three of Cups, upright, a gathering at work that possibly warmed your heart. Perhaps your kids or a third party you see in a whole new light. In the aftermath of recent events, perhaps an epiphany has come through. Twins and or kids coming clean and getting clean about painful endings or ending pain and betrayals and back pain or related treatments with that, inspired by the vulnerable, the injured and ill, or those with less than, coming by to see if you need anything, as the King of Pentacles reversed, keeping to themselves about it. So this is where the masculines, the masculine who have always been kind to other people, now are seeing those people who he gave to returning to ask him for help when he may be suffering or losing business or money. But these are people with nothing, but they're still coming back to offer him help. And it's really helping to wake him up. Okay? So, inspired by the vulnerable, the injured and ill, or those with less than, who are coming by to see you, to see if you need anything, as the King of Pentacles reversed, who may be ungrounded because of the situation or losing money or status, whatever it is. But of course, because of his pride, keeping to himself about it and not asking anyone to help. Dumping burdens and responsibilities as marriage, religion, establishment may not be doing well, or inspired to help others in need, even if you lose money doing it. Perhaps some pro bono cases, or doing some for free. The foundation is the Ace of Cups upright, a new love and in joy coming together. The King of Cups is reversed and the Emperor is upright, but the Magician's reversed, insecure about dumping their responsibilities, with the Devil, codependencies or shadow side, or Capricorn leaving. Perhaps a going away party with happy but insecure group without the tools, without him, dumping everything on the King of Cups reversed as the Emperor waves goodbye, perhaps a Capricorn. The central energy here is the Ten of Wands reversed, dumping a load, dumping your burdens, dumping your responsibilities, perhaps confessing. The wounded warrior, King of Wands reversed, may be too tired at night now, worn down by the fight, and moody at night, implementing a new plan or investing in peace-related things as opposed to other things, and ending conflict, battles, competition, perhaps quitting a sport in order to save some money or allocate it somewhere else. The challenge being the King of Cups reversed, which is conditional love. No options but to offer money, loan, or a new life to struggling family or business in the aftermath of sudden events and depression and loss of hope. Resting, sleeping, praying, or meditating in the 5D, or laying something to rest finally, the Knight of Pentacles offers help or proposes to connection, their partner, their soulmate, maybe weak and over-isolating or just going crazy at 210, which is the High Priestess and Destiny, the Wheel of Fortune. Or they could be offering to partner up with a Leo reversed and Virgo reversed, or just help them to get back on their feet, or connect with an ailing parent, perhaps. After meditating or praying on it, the Knight of Pentacles sees eye to eye or face to face with their own ego issues and family wounds around crazy people or Alzheimer's or other mental diseases. So this is coming up as a big wound. Like, what are your prejudices against people who look crazy? Okay, because this can just be someone on the street who you think looks crazy. So what are your wounds around this, and why are you assuming something about these people? Okay, so that's coming up for everybody, and it can be all different kinds of mental diseases. Or consulting someone about care for someone who's not well, or no longer fighting it. Like, so if you need to put a parent in a facility and you've been fighting it or they've been fighting it, now you're conceding because it has to happen. Perhaps a parent needs full-time care because you can't provide it anymore, or understanding that energy prison, no longer obsessing over cutting cords, hair, or strings, powerless to an energetic connection, and or energy vampires, and understanding all that. And the Fool is reversed here and may have fallen because of weakness or ego death, or a need to fall from grace because they were lacking faith, or needed to end up in jail in order to be powerless and allow self to fall. We have Aries reversed and Libra upright here that are all destined to hear the call. Like, that might have happened to you in order to make you hear the call of the journey through injustice or over isolation, and then feeling or being quote unquote crazy, and Libra reversed and Virgo reversed are coming up here, to walk in another man's or woman's shoes, right? Don't call them crazy. So you have to be the crazy person in order to get past that wound. The 5D connect to guide you in. So all of this may have happened, or did happen actually, because you had to experience those things, or to guide you into a 5D connection that you never would have connected with otherwise, with your twin, and to come clean about shame and guilt, wounding, and allow yourself and the other to grieve apart as well as one. Now for the masculine is the 7 of Wands upright, rising up to tango with their flame, above the drama and fully exposed, sunshine, kids, vacation, with prisoner or in prison, or exposing anxiety issues, suffering in silence, stressed out, purging, up at night, not sleeping or crying, or headaches perhaps, at home, and destined to co-create or create new work, a different kind of work than you've been doing. The Empress reversed could be an ailing parent, or just going through lack, so that you can talk about it. If first, you can talk about it then firsthand to others, fighting in conflict and battling, competing and on a quest. So now you can say it from your perspective, so nobody can say that you're wrong, right? Because you've actually experienced it. In order to rise above all the drama. Judgment is reversed here, holding back judgment of the divine masculine and divine feminine, the divine feminine being powerless and the divine masculine falling from grace. The Hierophant, Taurus, religion, or establishment, or even God, may offer this opportunity, this invitation or guidance, counselor, and student, dancing together. So this, you were purposely put in these positions as the divine feminine powerless and the divine masculine falling from grace, to be the feminine as the counselor and the masculine as the student, right? Putting them in the opposite positions, which they normally are comfortable in order to dance together, juggling, performing, staying balanced, or learning what it means to juggle, to hold two up in the air, never knowing when it will end. The King of Pentacles reversed is destined to lose it in deliberations of money and stability being more important than humans connecting. The divine feminine destined to be powerless and a guide, the divine masculine to fall from grace and lack faith and be a student again, the student of performing arts perhaps, or learning to balance through their children, losing money and status, or too focused on money and status and appearances, all destined over isolation and mental illness and being shamed, considered weak, and others want to get rid of their weakest link instead of empowering them. rising up to lead the way, the boar no longer boring, no more strong arming tactics, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and then that was at 234, which is the High Priestess and the Eight of Wands. And also 234, shut the door. As we get to 235, which is the High Priestess and the Wounded Warrior, the King of Cups is reversed, and this could be a Leo reverse player, can have Sagittarius reversed there too, but falling short in injustice, or Libra reversed with father-son issues. The King of Cups reversed and the Knight of Cups upright, offering love to those sharing and helping others, also being offered passion, creativity, and new growth opportunities. Or while the Leo King of Cups reversed is weak and manipulative, over injustice of Libra leading the way, could be jealousy of a brother or partner as well, perhaps twin Libras or Libra and Virgo, while the Queen of Pentacles reversed with two older kids, the Knight of Wands reversed and the Knight of Cups upright, offer help to those in need. The Knight of Cups is getting the other two to do it because they don't seem happy about it. They may be tagging along unhappily, helping others grieve loss and regret, or in an old age home, giving much needed attention to some. The Ten of Pentacles is reversed, losing fantasy life, or the dream family, or the dream girl in the 5D. The Queen of Cups twin, always offering love and inspiration. The least he can do is offer help or propose something practical. Does he want half-hearted attempts, or pure love and inspiration, loyalty and humble work, humility? There's Aquarius reversed here along with the King of Pentacles reversed, so that King of Pentacles reversed can be Aquarius. And then there's a Leo reversed with the King of Cups reversed, and again, that King of Cups reversed can be Leo. But those two energies, or those four energies, coming up grieving in the Ten of Pentacles reversed, while the Queen of Cups is upright, offering her money, time, and energy, passion and love, and perhaps her son, the Knight of Pentacles, may be willing to do some work as well. Soon for the masculine is the Hermit reversed, or that can be Virgo, or it can be a professional or a grandparent. But even though the Hermit reverse can be coming out of that over-isolation with a message of love to the depressed and the ones with loss of hope, or with a child, Aquarius reversed or Pisces upright, offering love and being ignored, while the Hermit reverse travels on vacation, or while they're finding peace of mind, or perhaps an offer to travel around the world, or to just come over and deliberate, to hold back judgment and or announcements, to hang out for a bit and see new perspectives. Again, the Aquarius reversed and Pisces is upright, as well as Capricorn is upright here, but the Aquarius reversed and Pisces upright came up twice together, but totally different cards, all right? And then Capricorn upright here as well. The Page of Pentacles may be seeing synchronicities, or may just have options, or heaven in their eyes, right? Their eyes are bigger than their stomach. To learn about the unknown, the mystery factor, finding peace with coming full circle, completing cycles, and be with the sealed divine feminine, holding back judgment until listening to all sides and perspectives, perhaps choking on their words, or having to eat their words, or take back what they said without receiving judgment in a safe place. Or a child is bored, so they go to visit around the neighborhood to see if a friend's okay, or to check in on the old people, or young people, or new people around the block. The masculine sees himself as the shadow upright, so they can be seeing themselves as the devil, or just recognizing their shadow side and that it needs to be in balance with their light, that it's okay to be both. Capricorn could just be upright, walking away and within, from work, holding back feelings, and energetic exchange where there's too much communication back and forth and he can't escape it, so maybe leaving that, and that's why the Eight of Wands is reversed, because he needs to get away. It's overkill, it's too much. And also can be heated arguments and debates when it's reversed, so escaping that. Unhappy or dissatisfied, falling, and not having used their intuition, so he might be disappointed with himself, or falling into secret passion now that's out for all the world to see, and not happy about that. At 2:59, which could be the minute before the hour, it is the minute before 60, is the High Priestess and the Five of Swords. That war within. But today it's reversed. So it's about coming clean and getting clean, right, after the war. Back in the saddle again, walking away and within to rise up as the cream of the crop. And I was just getting creamer too, so someone must really love creamer. The creamer of the crop, So you could be the creamer, the one who makes everything smooth, who smooths things out. Okay, that could be the meaning right there too. So taking a journey, the bearer of good news, but I was getting beaver as well. So there could be a beaver that's good news, but bearer of good news, and you can take that a lot of different ways. Doing shadow work, walking right into the face of danger, accepting one's own shadow or one's own fate. Me and my shadow, right? Excavating relics to display and talk about so they lose their power, all right? So this is you and your dark side, your shadow. Excavating, right? So doing that work with archaeology, like the movies or the shows that I watched yesterday. One was a movie and one was a series on Netflix, but they were both about excavating relics. So that was definitely coming up today. You're basically excavating your own relics from the Akashic Records to display and talk about so they lose their power. Around him, the masculine, is the Ten of Cups upright, healing and forgiving in a bold move, to travel and or ascend in a happy ending. The Dark Knight may be crossing that bridge when he comes to it, and now facing the Queen of Wands who's looking the other way. When he sees her, will she now drive right by as he did to the Divine Feminine? Emotional fulfillment, happy ending, happy family, healing, as Cancer and Scorpio are closing in on the Queen of Wands and she pretending she doesn't see them coming. Or offering to go on a healing and forgiving drive or trip down memory lane. I was just getting mercy lane. That could be too. To face death in the face, right? To face death right in the face and deal with their issues head on. The fear of death and the fear of driving, flying, trains, planes, and automobile accidents and falls from great heights, diving, skiing, and speed demons with death wishes, refusing to face their issues in this life, so they keep traumatizing themselves and hurting the others around them. A codependent karma. If one is afraid of death, then the other will keep putting death in their face. Some with travel issues and high-risk behaviors. Whatever you fear most is a deep wound wanting to be seen and recognized. You need to go deep or dig deep into your subconscious to release those wounds and burdens. Your triggers are showing you what's still in your subconscious. Lack of money, home, and starvation and homelessness is going to be a big one for most because you've all been through wars and being part of a group that's been starved or not allowed to work. Spirit's connecting with me big time there. So again, lack of money because it leads to starvation and homelessness, the inability to care for self, right? So now you're dealing with ailing parents who are going to a facility where they have no control over who cares for them or what's happening to them when their children aren't around, all right? So these fears are very real for your elders. So people who have those wounds are going to be very fearful of being abused by others, afraid this will happen again. If you've been abusing others now in your life now, you just may receive abuse in that old age home in order to clear it. Unless you do the work first in clearing your own wounds, clearing out your energy fields, not just healing the physical body, but the auric layers as well, and chakras. There's big opportunity for transformation here, for family healing here. Perhaps the King of Wands reversed is overworked, or in his deathbed, or just dead tired, but the Queen of Wands doesn't care as long as she gets the money after he dies, or vice versa. And that's a very real thought for a lot of couples who really don't want to be together, but they're staying together for the security. And they may have a lot of underlying hatred for each other and resentments. And they're literally thinking to themselves, I don't care what they do as long as I get the money when they die, right? So, and that can have to do with parents as well. Let your friends help, attraction, unrequited love, and then another section came up for the masculine, getting to know each other, stay optimistic, and true love. This is a romance of a lifetime. Or one partner is feeling they'd rather die than stay in this relationship. That's a little clue that it's time to go. If you don't love and uplift each other, why are you staying together in a lie? The sanctity of marriage is God's love, not sacrifice. If there is no love, it is not a marriage. It is only a 3D contract that in order to suffer. 319 is the Empress and the Sun, the Mother and the Sun. So there's your Dark Mother template coming up here as well. The masculine needs to clear blocks of the Eight of Cups, walking away and within. walking away from all the love you put into something just to have to start over again, which is why does everyone always fear leaving behind something they put a lot of time and energy into? Because you have a fear of finding that comfortable place again, the fear of acceptance, the fear of rejection, that no one else will put up with you. So learn how to love yourself first and naturally bring in the right person for you. Clear blocks, divine masculines, of seeing the truth when it's presented, feeling powerless to it. And don't forget wrong, right, as Fonzie would say, or presenting the truth to dependence and financial drains at home, of the injustice in not sharing, no truth and balance, and walking away and within instead of fighting injustice. And sirens and alarms were totally going off right here. Be ready to walk away if someone's truth no longer serves your highest good. And this was at 3:23, 4, and 5 when the sirens were going off, which is all about the King and Queen and the Knight of Wands. All of that passionate energy, and we're in Aries season right now, so it's a little crazy energetically. So perseverance comes up here, manifestation and rebirth. The Three of Cups is upright in reunion with the Two of Cups, big love. This is beautiful here together. There's cups all around the ending card. We end on the Eight of Wands reversed because there are delays in communication and travel, and the masculine may be holding back his passions right now. But what surrounds it is the Queen of Cups upright, the Two of Cups upright, and the Three of Cups upright, and the Six of Cups upright, along with coming clean and grieving together. So it's a really beautiful energy here. So the Three of Cups reunion with the Two of Cups, big love, with self-love big time here, as well as the happy ending, and the Eight of Wands reversed, holding back feelings, energetic exchange, in line with the delays in communication and travel right now. And the Knight of Swords reversed, holding their tongue, or holding back an announcement of their destiny being here, that it's arrived, in a breakup or lack of affection, and the distance between the Queen of Cups and kids, or the twin Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, Two of Cups, Three of Cups, and Six of Cups are all upright and around this last card, all around the need to come clean and allowing them to grieve. The Divine Masculine having held back affections from the Sealed Divine Feminine while him having to grieve, to connect, to come together in the true intimacy of the union. Destiny or Libra here amidst verbal abuse or breaking up or lack of affection from kids perhaps. Two Hermits coming out, or two Librans, one up and one down, both going crazy in the injustice of divine timing. At night or by the full moon, an offer of a big love to the Queen of Cups, perhaps losing money, work, or family, but offering passion and big new growth and sharing with others. The Emperor holding back their feelings at night, igniting a new passion, one big flame, as the Knight of Pentacles proposes multiple options or synchronicities or gifts, and heaven in their eyes, perhaps shopping for just the right one, the unknown, the ghost that radiates, the surprise, right? We're not supposed to be looking at outcomes, so things are surprise to you. So those of you who have issues with surprises, that's another one, because you should love to have surprises. You should love to have faith and know that the universe has your back and they're going to surprise you, and how exciting that is. Not to have to worry about it because you know they got your back. All right? So the Tower falls as love comes in. The shadowy Capricorn, or codependencies of the Ten of Cups family, or emotional fulfillment and happy ending. Joy here in dumping a load, and challenged by the King of Cups reversed and their conditions on love, or alcoholic who's losing his mind, or a father who needs committing, or is emotionally detached man and has antisocial or mental disease issues. Walking away and rising above the drama, holding back feelings and energetic exchange, with delays in communication and travel. At night, the Emperor, very logical about their new flame. The Knight of Pentacles offering help or proposing everything at 344, which is the Empress, and the 44 of mastering, grounding, and integrating, especially the receiving of love, the allowing of love. Twins transition through the portal to expose all about a breakup or a lack of affection. Kids in the aftermath of recent events and epiphanies, coming together at work to co-create, or finding a new group to work with, or a new joy in his work. Or the masculine is the silent partner of the twin. He has been working with you and you just don't know that. New love, self-love, and dumping burdens, and the challenge being the King of Cups reversed and rising above the drama at present. The shadow side coming out and going crazy over isolating, or the devil reflecting the Hermit reversed, which is over isolation, or the Capricorn reflecting the Virgo reversed, holding back their shadow sides in a happy ending and walking away and dealing with delays in communication and travel. But this is also accepting your shadow side at the same time, okay? It's like, in the past you've always been holding back your shadow side from your twin, but this is about both twins allowing all of their sides to be transparent and perhaps holding back information and feelings. The masculine may be holding these things back for a surprise, perhaps at night or the full moon, alchemizing a big love and big passion into practical work and living situation. Their dreams come true. So confessions and rising above, backbreaking work and dumping burdens, unhappy with self that he didn't have faith in divine feminine and his own abilities, and now using all of that to lead the way. All right, so that was a really cool reading. All right, let's see what comes up. I'm just going to keep it light for the oracle cards. It's been a long day. I got a lot of tax work done today, which I wasn't expecting as long as it took, but it took a while. So I had to do this. I did the work for this read this morning, and then I spent hours on my taxes. So it's getting a little bit late for me. I haven't actually eaten anything yet, except for my decaf this morning. It's all milk, so that protein tends to help me get through the day. But I ran out of my juice, and I didn't make it this morning, so I really need to eat. Okay, so for everybody watching, for the best and highest good of all who's concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What is the meaning of this read, and what is our takeaway from it? And we're starting with the Animal Tarot. And let's see what they have to tell us. All right, what is our guidance here about this read today for the Divine Masculine and all the twin flames watching this, please? What is the guidance here? As 2 cards fell out. So this one fell out first, but it fell out facing this way, so the cat was staring at me. So again, cats are big here. And then we have the 2 of Summer of the lovebirds. How beautiful. You're falling in love or experiencing a deepening of emotion in your current relationship. Marriages or romantic partnerships in distress can still be saved. Don't give up. Okay, 2 of Summer. So the lovebirds. I was just getting songbirds too. Oh. The other card that came up is King of Winter. Intelligent, impartial, respected, and unemotional. The humpback whale. At this time, it's very important that you communicate clearly, be objective and unemotional, and act as professionally as possible. If you need advice, seek out the most experienced expert you can find. All right? So it's like getting past the initial hurt. It's like, holding back judgment until you find that comfort with each other when you can really talk without judging each other, All right, so these 2 cards want to be seen too as well, but I want to show you the bottom of the deck, the 3 of Winter, the rose-breasted grosbeak. Sadness is a part of life, but you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than before, okay? And there's 2 birds there again. So cute. So it's saying once you come together, you still are going to have some more grieving to do because you have to be honest with each other and you're going to hurt each other. So you need to keep it professional, like you would deal with, and that's it. I definitely agree with that because I worked at a hospital for 25 years. And in distancing yourself that way and talking to people, like people who are really pissed because they've been waiting 4 hours to get a scan or something like that, they just want to be heard, So they don't freak out if they're heard. If they know that you actually are paying attention and you know what their issue is and you can empathize with them, they're fine. That's all anyone ever needs. Oh, that was interesting because I just saw a movie the other night too, which is about the guy who there was an airplane crash and it was the fault of the tower, the reason the plane crashed, and his wife and daughter died. And it was a really weird movie about how vengeance affects everybody, right, including the person who's getting revenge. And all he really wanted was an apology. He wanted someone to say they're sorry to him. That's it. And so because no one said they were sorry, he took his, wounding out on everybody else around him. So it can be very simple to have compassion, empathy for others. Like people have a natural tendency to want to defend themselves. So someone says you're wrong, you're going to say, no, I'm not, as opposed to saying, I'm sorry for what you're going through. I'm sorry for your pain. So they just want to be heard. Like, you know, blaming you for something. So instead of being defensive and saying, I didn't do it, say, I'm sorry that's hurting you, or you feel that way, or I'm in pain. Just as opposed to being defensive and saying, no, I didn't do that. I'm not the one. You know, so it has to do with that kind of energy. It can be very simple. Ace of Summer also came up, Dove. This is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It may be the first blush of romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship, or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. There's a lot of love coming together in this read today. Wow, even though there's only one bird there, the butterfly is trying to get them to come. And this is so much like the Ace of Cups. We have the butterfly over there and the orange grove. Yeah, the beginning of new love. All right, and then we also have ego, right? The shadow and the light, which was the theme today. 15 is the devil, the Siamese cat. You may feel you're trapped in your situation, but that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus upon material wealth and break free of negative thinking. And this can represent the masculine because he's seeing himself as the shadow or the devil today. All right, and this cat looks guilty. All right, so that energy's coming up here. All right, oh, I love these cards. They're so cute. All right, what's next? So we're just going to do, we'll do the energy deck, the Metatron deck, and then we'll do the Kipper deck too real quick. All right, so from Metatron here first. Metatron, you're up. What is your guidance for everybody today? Today is March 27th, 2020. It's Friday. All right, we need to know what our takeaway is from this read. What do you want us to get from this Metatron? Take a breath. Everyone take a deep breath. Metatron. What is your advice, Metatron, please? Patience. All right, so a couple cards came out. So this card is coming up, light body. So focus on your light body, right? And clearing out not just your physical body, but your aura and your chakra system, all part of your light body. 38 is the Queen of Cups. That's focused for the feminine especially. Clear your chakra system. These three wanted to be seen too. I'm going to show you the bottom. All right, there you go. There's from the front and the back, having to do with your Kundalini rising and your chakra system. Untapped energy, clear your energies. 35, the Wounded Warrior Mary Magdalene energy. So that's so much about the feminine staying really clean right now. That's why you're being saying toggle up, toggle up, toggle up. And I'm getting I keep getting a guitar from that picture too. Someone's like just sitting their guitar at the base of the chakra. And I don't know, it's like you know when a string, oh, that's why. They want me to tell you like when a string breaks. And when a guitar string breaks and it wraps itself around, it's giving me that energy of how the energy is moving up your chakra system. So if something's broken, right, it makes it a little off tune. So you need a tune-up. They're being funny now. They could chase me around in circles probably all night. All right. We have Lilac, Higher Realms and Magic. 54 is the Page of Swords. Being at the top, the mountain, the crown. In the full moon, so the full moon is something that was coming up in the read too, where the masculine may be coming forward to the full moon. We have from Spirit with Love, signs, number 50, the 10 of Cups came up in this reading, very much about happy endings. Okay, it's going to be an end of a family or emotional cycle here, right? You reach the pinnacle, you reach the crown, you reach the top, the happily ever after. Okay, signs from Spirit with Love, 50. So that could be, you know, the signs of spring. And then here we have family, circles of life. So again, going through Akashic records, making sure we really dig deep for those wounds that we haven't gotten to yet. Be very aware of things that are triggering you because you need to process that consciously and say, what is the wound there? Why am I getting this trigger? So you know what's still stuck in your subconscious, okay? So family and circles of life is 49, which is the 9 of Cups, getting your wish granted, happy ending. From Spirit with Love, it's like the spring this year. The spring is a gift to you, especially because you've reached the pinnacle. Okay, and this is all the purples of the third eye to the crown. It's your crowning moment. Oh, right with the crown. I'm getting a big connection, and all the red and you know, to be proud, right? He's fluffing out his chest to be proud. Be proud of yourself. This is your crowning achievement. And all of your relatives are congratulating you right now. Oh, that's so beautiful. All right, so that's from Metatron. And it's making me want to cry, because Metatron's basically saying to the masculines, congratulations. You made it. All right, now we have the energy deck. The energy deck. All right, so I'm going to ask Jesus for this one. I haven't called in Jesus in a bit. Are you up for that? Maybe I'll call in Jesus and Mary Magdalene, because she came up in this read too. All right, so I guess you're going to bring at least 2 cards, because I'm asking for Jesus and Mary Magdalene in that order, please. What is your guidance from this read, please? What do you want us to know? All right. The first card from Jesus is first chakra, Archangel Michael, which again is very much about your safety and security issues. You know, starvation, homelessness, all that came up in the read. 35 is also the Mary Magdalene energy. He's calling on the masculines to protect their feminines, to take care of them. Make sure you have a very strong foundation, right? Get your red root in order, and don't let those red boots walk all over you, okay? The card that Mary Magdalene's bringing up is third chakra, Archangel Shemuel, which is about the ladies needing to be confident and shine their light, right? And also it's the Christ light to make sure you keep that light clear around you, right? Armor us all with your love. And again, let's clear all negative, all dark, and all viral energies again across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and reality for the highest good of all is concerned. And fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light, and so it is. Shine your light, ladies. Spread your wings. Hold on loosely to everything. Okay, so masculines are really red today, and feminines are yellow, which is Mary Magdalene yellow. I love that. All right, so it's so like Archangel Michael red, right, of protection and stuff, and the yellow of the Mary Magdalene energy. By the way, you see how they're switched around. The masculine root for safety and stability and protection with the feminine Mary Magdalene energy there, the wounded warrior. And here's the feminine energy being guided to shine their light and be more confident in themselves, along with the 37, which is the King of Cups, the masculine, wanting to show them unconditional love. The underlying energy is, there you go, the 2 again, the 2 stallions, taking action, 17, the stars. You're each a star in your own right, the white and the black. You each are beautiful. Okay? I'm getting this bird is like the vultures leaving the scene, right? Because they're full energy back. There are no dying energies for this vulture to stay around. So that's very good. The spring is here. There's no more death, right? The end of winter. All right, last deck is the Kipper deck. Oh, as they fall down. All right, Kipper deck for everybody watching, especially for the Divine Masculine energies here. What do we need to know? What is our last word of advice? And thank you all for contributing. What is the advice from this read? Okay, toil and labor and house. So it's saying get your house clean. Do some house cleaning. And that has to do with your internal house too. And I'm yelling at myself too. I need to clean the house. All right. Mature man. And distant horizons is coming up here as well. So it's like get the house ready, or do some house cleaning, whether it's at work or home. Do some house cleaning. Get ready for the mature man who has done some growing. So he's become mature. All right, and looking out at distant horizons and how to anchor into their true emotions, so they're not floating so up in the air. So everything. Oh, so there's no juggling act. That I said that in the read, because the balls in the juggling act are learning how to stay up in the air without having any end in sight. And this is the masculine energy being called to find their emotions in order to ground this anchor for the divine feminine and settle down. Okay? So he's not so much in his head or up in the air or without direction, with no end in sight. It's about intimacy and then learning how to become intimate again. Okay? And this has to do with the occupation as well. Okay? So very much occupation here with the worker over here, toil and labor. This could be the workplace. It could be the White House and their decisions on what we're allowed to do. Right? Everything's up in the air with work and occupation. So it's a good time to clean house. Not just cleaning literally, but perhaps people and ideas, the way you do things at work, or just your internal energy as well, to ground it. It needs grounding with water. It needs the emotions to ground the ideas and help the earth grow, right? Because you need the water to ground. The ground without water is very hard and dry. There's not much you're going to be able to do with it. You need the water, the intimacy between people to create something beautiful. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, you guys. I'm going to show you the cards, and then we're going to go 10606 with the Magician and the Two Lovers. The underlying energy is the Tower reversed. The recent past, the Three of Cups upright. All the cups are upright here. A lot of beautiful emotions here. The Ace of Chalices was upright in the foundation. The middle card is the Ten of Flames reversed, letting go of all the burdens, perhaps confessing. The challenge being the King of Cups reversed, which could be a person or conditions on love. The other underlying energy and the crowning energy is that rising above, the Seven of Wands or Flames. And then we scroll across the 4D bridge here to Reflection, which is reversed today, of the Hermit. The masculine sees himself as the shadow upright. You see all the romance angel cards there. Around him, or how he is seen, as the Ten of Chalices upright in that happy ending energy today. The blocks he needs to clear has to do with walking away within. And then we end up with the Eight of Wands reversed. And look at the colors for the chakra system that came out today. We have all of them. We have yellow, orange, blue, pink, green, okay? There's no purple down there. There was purple in the recent past and focusing on health there with the sacral chakra. But we bring all of that down here for the masculine. So it looks like feminine is being called right now to super focus on meditation, while the masculine is dealing with all the other chakras, okay? So you're called to all the purple feminines, the third eye and the crown, and the masculine's being called to the rest of the chakras, right, to really ground. You see there's no really red there, too, which there's no real red card in this deck, so the orange is kind of like root and sacral. But we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Moon upright, we have the Reason, or the Emperor's right behind that, and he's upright, and then the Ace of Wands is upright, and then the Knight of Pentacles is the last card, actually, and he's upright, too. Okay, we end up with the Seven of Cups, all about dreams come true, right? Those are synchronicities and options, and that dreams are real, but they're not illusions, and you don't have to get stressed out by multiple options. You just have to stay grounded, okay? So make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature. Love you guys.